Hi guys, this is Patricia from Cat Crochet, and this is a review video of Redheart all-in-one flower power granny squares. I probably said that wrong. Flower power all-in-one. Anyway, by Yarn Inspirations. This is all folded up because the pattern is on the inside. And I just want to say, I know a lot of young people crochet, but also equally a lot of old people crochet. And if you don't want to be called old, then post 40 people. Okay, I can't read this. This is tiny, and you can't. It's more dark on the screen than it is just by looking at it on the paper. It's a light gray on a white, and it was difficult. But I did it, well, up till this part. Then I had to get online and watch a video because I just couldn't read anymore. So my suggestion is white lettering on black printed paper. But I know they won't do that because it'll cost money. But it would be a lot easier for me to see. But anyway, you could also alternatively take a screenshot and blow it up on your phone and then go from there. Or you could just get online. There is like already, because I'm late to the game in this one, but there's already a ton of tutorials on how it's supposed to go. I don't think I would make a tutorial because I don't know if it's okay. Copying. I mean, you wouldn't really be, because you would just be showing people the pattern, which is a free pattern. And a lot of people have already made videos on it, so they would all think I was copying them. And I don't want to do that. But, so anyway, it's very pretty. To make the blanket that's on there, you have to have 5 balls of this yarn, which I got the Sakura, sorry, my mind is in half Japanese, half American. Okay, I got the Cherry Blossom, which is Sakura in Japanese. I got the Cherry Blossom Flower Power one because I'm going to make a big Cherry Blossom blanket. And then I can remember my friend Sam, who was the funder of this project. And also, my son's in Japan. It'll be something me to think about, him viewing the cherry blossoms in the spring. All kinds of neat, make you bawl your eyes out things. But so let me read for those who don't know. I read it in a previous video, but for everybody that's just watching just now and doesn't know anything about it, it's a 4-weight yarn. Although this yarn is, you can see it on my thumb there, it's thicker than a 4-weight. To me, I would say it was a 4+. Not quite a 5, but to me it seemed way thicker. And as a matter of fact, it was hard for me to keep the tension tight and work with a thick yarn. My hands are kind of hurting, but because I have arthritis. But it's a 4-weight, 8.8 ounces, 250 grams, 417 yards, 381 meters. One ball makes 12 of these granny squares that I'm fixing to show you, or flower squares, whatever you want to call them. I had 1 or 2 issues, but not enough for me to not want to do this, and I will explain. And I learned from the last all-in-one granny square yarn that they put out to not judge it right away, because there is a lot of things that you can do with it. And you can eventually get the tension right and just whip out those granny squares. Or you could cut the yarn, although I don't think it has enough room to tie on, so you wouldn't be able to cut the yarn and do it. Or you can do like some other people did. They made different blankets with the yarn, didn't do the squares. And then, I don't know if it's fake or not. I didn't watch the video, but I saw somebody had made flowers out of the granny square yarn because for some reason it worked out. But Don't quote me on that one, but I am going to look that up. So anyway, here is my square. Hold on. Here's my square, and it's a little bit bowed in the middle because I had to do it so tight to get the pink to work out the way that it is. So I think, and this is just my thought on this, if after you did the middle one, if you went down, because you're supposed to use the 5.5, which I did, after you do the middle part, you could go down a size to like a 5 and try that and see if your tension, it might be a little bit, make tighter stitches. I tightened it myself, and man, my hands are feeling it today. But anyway, I can fix all of this with my blocking thing that I have. I can block it and it'll be just fine. So you see the edges are, wait a minute, are a little bit, you know. But once you sew it together, or if you block it and then sew it together, it'll be fine. I do like the design. I had to trust the process on the outside part because I'm like, I don't get it. That's why I had to watch a lady do it. And if you just let your mind just unlock, especially all those people out there that are as I don't know, as strict as I am about the way, I mean, it really, this put me off kilter. I was off kilter until I got to the final row, and then I was like, oh, okay, this is okay. It'll be fine. But anyway, I need to block it. And so one of my issues was the pink and the white. When I'm doing it here in person, I cannot, I don't know if it's my eyes or what. I can see it on the camera really well. I can almost see it perfectly in person, but when I'm crocheting it, I can't see the difference at all. And so that was a little bit, it was a little bit stressful to me. But I think that it looks really cool. I think it looks like an old, really washed quilt. Once I get them all together, it's definitely going to look like that because it's going to be a pattern of them. And I love quilts, so it reminds me of an old quilt, and I will just really love it on my bed when I get it made. I think I got enough to make 72 squares, which should in some shape or fashion form an even blanket, but I don't know until I get it done. And if I want to make it bigger, I can get some more yarn before they sell out of it, because they're selling it on Amazon, so I'm a little worried. But anyway, it's beautiful. I do love it. There's also one right here in this pattern at the very end. Okay, you're supposed to do 3 half double crochets, which I'm going to have to redo that one because I think I might have messed up and did a couple of doubles. But anyway, you're supposed to do 3 half double crochets, and then there was a starting chain of 3 that you're not supposed to count because you're supposed to have 3 here. Okay, well in here is actually 4 because there's a starting chain, but you can't tell it because you have to crochet over that chain, just half double crochet right over the top of it, and then slip stitch into the next half double crochet, and you're done. I don't like it. I'd rather count that chain 3 as a half double crochet, but for some reason that's what the pattern calls for. So anyway, and then also you have 2 color changes basically. I mean, there's 3, but only 2 that you have to worry about meeting the exact tension, because once you get to here, it's all white. So your tension doesn't really matter, and it really doesn't matter because look how much extra white you have for, because you start 4 inches from here, so about here is where you start your next square. So you have all this extra white, and yeah, you could take and use it to sew 2 squares, that'd probably be plenty enough to do 2 squares if you were going to use white as your connecting um, thing. I thought about doing this hot pink color. Um, I thought it would look really good, but then once I realized it kind of looks like an old quilt, I thought I don't want to put any more hot pink in it, so I probably will use the extra. So all you do is you clip it, and then you know, pull it through and end your thing, and you have all this extra string. You might as well pop a needle on there, and so as you're doing it, you could be sewing them together. But anyway, I think it's really neat. There's a lot of colors in it that I like. I chose the cherry blossom one, um, but there's a lot of really neat like orange and pinks and stuff like that that you could get. Um, I think they did a good job. I give this one a an 8 out of 10, and the reason why I say 8 is because I have trouble. I think they should have made the light pink just a little bit darker. I know it's supposed to be pale because cherry blossoms are pale and delicate, but or at least made that edge part just a little darker, just so we could tell it from the white. Um, uh, but anyway, yeah, I think they should have made that pink just a little bit more where you could tell the difference. But anyway, so I really like it. There was just a couple of issues that Picky Me had, and so that's my review of the all-in-one flower yarn. There are some beautiful colors, so I do recommend you getting them. And if I was you, if there was a sale, I would snatch them up because you just don't know if you're going to be able to get anymore. You just don't know. So anyway, I hope you all are being a little joy bomb in your corner of the world, sharing your craft, sharing your passion, sharing your joy. If you do get some of this yarn, let me know how you liked it. If you look up online and see all the colors, let me know which one is your favorite color. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.